are live.
I got something interesting to talk about too.
You got a whole bunch of news here that's interesting we can talk about.
I got this.
One of them, I think, let me see it again. Ooh, nice. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday night. Hopefully, wherever you are, it is dry because we're about to get the piss pounded out of us.
Yeah. I'm going to build an ark, I think.
I did some Ubering today, and I was on 429, and all of a sudden, just the bottom dropped out. And the girl in the car was like, this seems excessive. I'm like, yeah, I think so.
Welcome to Orlando.
Welcome to Orlando.
Where it rains only for 20 minutes, but a lot.
Yes, unless you're in the tail end of a hurricane or a tropical depression, then it's going to be a whole another level of wet.
Yeah. Well, it's been a lot of crazy weather lately. Earthquakes in Italy and,
it's
flooding.
The second coming. I'm telling you, it's because Donald Trump is running for president and Hillary Clinton. It's the end of the world. Dogs and cats living together.
If they can only vote on something.
Oh God.
I just really want November to be here and be over already.
Yes, pick it and be done with it. I am drinking a Thomas Creek.
Thomas Creek.
Banana split stout.
Banana who?
Banana split chocolate stout.
Holy shnikey.
Oh, buddy.
Want some whipped cream on that banana split?
I'm not getting a lot of the chocolate banana part. There's a hint of banana. I get the chocolate, and then I hit that good stout taste. So it's really good. So
now, do you go to like Publix and build your own little 6-pack, or are you in a beer of the month club?
No, actually, we go to ABC. If you're not from Florida, we have ABC Fine Wines and Spirits, and we'll go there. And they do have the build your own 6-pack there, but we just go and we find stuff that just sounds good. Like Sarah brought home. She brought home one of these, and she brought home something cherry. So she wanted to do like a Black and Tan, except she used the banana split chocolate stout and this cherry beer. I was thinking it'd be like a cherry on top. It was super sweet. It did not.
I have to go check it out because I know Publix does it. The old, build your own 6-pack.
They do, and that's great, and that's wonderful. Publix just doesn't have like a really super large selection. Like, we love Funky Buddha, and if you go to a Publix, you can probably find Funky Buddha, Floridian or Hop Gun, because those are really super popular. But if you want something like their bacon maple making coffee porter, or you want something like they have their sweet potato casserole, which sounds really horrible. You're like, oh God, sweet potato casserole beer.
Then I have to go to ABC?
You trust me. You have to go to ABC.
All right, I'll check it out. They're not that far away.
Yeah, they're not so far away. And the one that we're going to wind up going to all the time is like right around the corner from where Sarah works. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there's one right on Parkhopper Island.
Parkhopper Island, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Sarah's doing great. It's been really cool because on the few days that I Uber in Orlando, I could just tool right into the Hilton right there, pick her up, we go to lunch. It's a whole different world. And the cool thing is, if you've never been to the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Resort, like,
they have any good restaurants there, or any of their places?
They do, yeah. They've got two. They've got a Benihana, and then they've got I know, and it's on the list for magical dining.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
And they have their signature restaurant, which I cannot think what it is right now. But not only do they have their own little Disney store inside of the resort, which is not uncommon.
Yeah.
They also have a nice, like, 3-foot statue bust of Mickey Mouse.
Oh, wow.
So Sarah has a bad day. She goes and touches the Mickey Mouse.
Is it the Spencer's for Steaks and Chops, Hilton, Orlando?
That's probably it, yeah.
Right. Wow.
I'm so excited. So those of you who don't live in Orlando, during the month of September.
Got the calendar of all of our doings.
During the month of September, we only have 6 scheduled, right? You and me and Sid and whoever else, right? We only have 6.
Well, I think we got more than 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Right.
7.
Okay.
8.
No, oh my God, seriously. Before we get off the horn, we need to double check that list.
All right.
So for the month of September, they have what's called magical dining. And so that's basically like $33 per person. You get like an appetizer, a main entree, and a dessert. And a lot of places are appetizer, a sub-main course, a main course. Hey, Terry. And then a dessert. And then some places actually do like entree, main, appetizer, and a cocktail.
Yeah.
So we're going to a bunch of really cool places. This Friday, we're going to Deep Blue.
Deep Blue, yes.
Deep Blue over at Wyndham.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then Saturday, we're going to Bice over at Universal Orlando, Portofino Bay.
Portofino Bay.
My favorite is going to be September 30th. We're going to
the Ravenous Pig.
The Ravenous Pig. I'm so excited. Dude, I'm going to get myself a bacon-infused old-fashioned, and I don't really care after that. Everything after that is just
the chef at Ravello was on I don't know, News 9 or whatever with Visit Orlando, who runs the Magical Dining.
Yeah.
And he was cooking up some of his stuff, and I'm like, I'll be there. I'm coming. Just keep the food warm.
I'll be there.
It can't happen fast enough.
So I got to take in, I don't know what you call him. I don't want to say he's a cast member, but I think he's a cast member. Yeah. But he is one of the, I don't want to say what he is. I don't want to out what he does.
Yeah.
He works on property of the Four Seasons.
Cool.
And not Four Seasons, but Golden Oak.
Ooh.
So he was so cool. I mean, so cool. He drove me around and showed me a couple things that not everybody gets to see or know.
Oh, wow.
And then he was talking about, I know a lot of the guys who drive here.
Did you ask him would he like to come on a podcast and share?
I did not, but I did happen to mention the podcast, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds interesting. I'll have to give it a listen." So,
okay.
Who knows? Had a great time, so it's great.
One other thing too. I went with our friend Ashley to a new restaurant in Mount Dora.
Saw that.
Yeah, it's by Norman Van Aken. He has a place at the Ritz right now called Norman's, and he opened up this other swanky place in Mount Dora called 1921.
Who would have thunk it? A swanky place in Mount Dora, of all places.
Yeah. And it's funny because the reason it's called 1921 was it's on the building and they couldn't get it off, so they just called it 1921.
That's how Totomac in Atlanta got their name.
Yeah, really good food. So
awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Norman's was on the list, but I don't think it's on the list. We'll have to talk to them. Next year. Get on the list.
So all this food talk apparently is making Terry in the chat room drool like Homer.
Yeah. Wow.
She got to drool like Homer. She's got to drool.
Making me hungry, too.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm like starving. Gerald, wow, incredible blog layout. How long have you been blogging for? You better not be a bot or I'm going to go in and delete you. Hey, Gerald, if you're there, type in the word hello. If not, you're out of here, buddy. I'm pretty sure he's a bot.
Yeah,
so I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a bot. All right, so let us get into the shoe.
The shoe.
Let me pull this thing up real quick so I can delete the bot comment. That's just the craziest thing about just the way this layout is. It's just sucks rocks.
It's just, listen, people, if you have nothing to do, use your skills for good, not for evil. That's what I say.
It's very simple. You don't tug on Superman's cape.
Yeah.
You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask of the old Lone Ranger. You don't put bot shit comments on the web. Oh, sorry. You don't put bot comments on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm trying hard not to swear on the show. It's poor of me. But I try really hard to edit it out of the show so you don't hear me. Of the shoe. When I absolutely lose my freaking mind over something silly, because as I am wont to do. Colleen, you should know me better than that, sweetheart. Sid and I are relocating over to Orlando full time, so she's over at the Hilton now. So yeah, we're gonna be relocating over there. So yeah, maybe there will be a time when we set up a different webcam and we do the show live in the same room, T.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I'd like that. Or you could come over because I'm setting up a studio. Serene Media is going to have their own studio set up in the house.
Sounds good.
But no, I'm not staying out of trouble. The real question is, are you staying out of trouble?
That's right.
I know you well enough to know you're probably not staying out of trouble. All right, you about get ready to go?
I'm ready.
God, 15 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy the pre-show. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from www.parkhoppers.com. And joining me, as always, is the yin to my yang. He is the Snow White to my seven dwarfs. He is Mr. Tony Casanova from Disney by the Numbers. How you doing, pal?
Hey, can I be dopey?
Sure, if you want to be dopey, you can be dopey.
I'll be dopey. I think dopey was fun.
Dopey was great.
Hey, Dopey's also one of the only dwarfs that does not have a beard. So
that is true. And unlike the commercials, Dopey will not sit on the Seven Dwarfs mine train with your children, and he will not wear sunglasses.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen. Because I hate to break that bubble, but that's Disney. That's a Disney commercial car. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. That's their creative license to do whatever they want.
That's right.
Show you things that'll never happen.
Yeah, and the front desk clerk at the Grand Floridian does not have fairy wings.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Nope. We have a great show. We have a great show, right?
Oh, yeah, we do. We've got a lot of good stuff.
We have a lot of good stuff. We've got some rumors we're going to talk about, some good news, some bad news, some very interesting news, and we've got a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight. Plus, after we get done recording the regular show, we're going to record the infotainment show, which is going to be cool because we'll be talking about our top 5 places to go eat, which is not uncommon for a lot of places in the podcast world. But we're going to be talking about places to go eat off property. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to burst the bubble. I get that. I totally get that. But if you're not on the dining plan and you'd like to save some money, you can go eat off property and have an incredible experience. And you'd be saving some cash. So all of that is
definitely
part of the show today. But before we dig too deep into that hole, why don't you tell everybody about our good friends, theme park concierges? You want me to do it?
Yeah, you do this one. Yeah.
All righty then. There are some things that you want to do on your vacation that you can plan yourself, but there are a lot of things, a lot of little hidden nooks and crannies, a lot of things that you might not be able to do. That's where theme park concierges come in. They are an incredible group of people that will give you the VIP treatment for a full day or a half a day. And Ramon and his team of concierges are incredible. They take care of you all day long or for half a day. You are not going to regret making this phone call. They cover people from Walt Disney World, now Disneyland, SeaWorld even, and Universal Orlando Resort. They have got you covered. So all you have to do is contact them at either email them at ramon@themeparkconcierges.com, or you can call them direct at 407-257-9973. You can also find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge, or you can visit them online at www.themeparkconcierges.com, and make sure that you tell them that the Disney Parks podcast crew sent you, because not only are you going to have an incredible time, not only is it already one of the most economical options for your theme park concierge dollar, they're going to save you 10% on either a full day or a half day of whatever you choose to do. They're going to save you 10%. So we want to make sure that you let them know that Disney Parks Podcast sent you. They're going to take great care of you. Make sure you contact Theme Park Concierges today.
Hey, sounds good. I would check them out. Hey, I want to talk about some of our meetups we have coming up. Right around the corner is September 10th. We're doing a fireworks cruise. We still have a couple seats left. If you are interested in going, please contact us at DisneyParksPodcast at gmail.com. I don't think there's tickets left on the site, but if you send us an email, we can make some arrangements to make sure. I think we only have 2 seats left on the boat, and that is it. Then we got a full boat. So shoot us an email, DisneyParksPodcast at gmail.com. We'll see what we can do to get you on there. It's September 10th. I think we're going to meet at 7 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, and it will be a lot of fun. All right, the next big event is October 28th, and this is going to be a dinner with the Disney master artist, Kevin John. Go Google him. You can see his artwork all over the internet. He did the Hatbox Ghost. He's done a Tower of Terror art. He's done Figment and Flowers. He's done a lot of great pieces, and we are going to have a 2 hours with them at Kona Cafe at the Poly. This is a paid event. You need to purchase a ticket if you'd like to join us, and they are $40 for each ticket, plus you'll have to pay for your dinner. Okay, so if you're interested, go to facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. Check out the event. That will give you a link to the tickets, and you can sign up and do that. I think we have it in the show notes too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, we have it in the show notes too. So if you can't find it on Facebook, you can go to DisneyParksPodcast.com. Last but not least, if you want to sign up for the beautiful Disney by the Numbers T-shirt club, go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. On the left-hand side, John's got his howdy hey there, and I got my Carousel Progress shirt. Sign up. Go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. On the left-hand side, there's a sign up. Just complete that information, and that will get you signed up. You only buy the shirts you want. It is not you have to have every shirt. That's not the way this operates. Each month there's a new shirt put out. You order it by the 10th. You get it by the end of the month. It's as simple as that, kiddies. Okay. That's it, I think, for the announcements and stuff, John.
Yeah, I think we're ready to get into
the news.
I love Gary Vaynerchuk. I had a guy in the car the other day, a couple days a week. For those of you who don't know, a couple days a week, just because I want to get out of the house and make a little extra spending money. I Uber in the Disney Universal iDrive area, and I picked up a guy who is, because I do a lot of leadership, personal development stuff. He does the same concept, except he does it for real estate.
Oh, wow.
So I picked this guy up, and he says, yeah, I really model myself after, like, a Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you know who that guy is? I was like, you have no idea, brother. Yeah. So we friended each other on Facebook, and he's like, dude. So I was very excited. I made a friend, but he was like, he was talking about Gary Vaynerchuk. I said,
hey, before you get into the news, I wanted to do this, show this one thing here. This is something I stumbled across recently. This is called Disney's Magic Kingdom Comics. I'm going to show this here. I don't know. I can't see me. So I don't know.
It looks amazingly like Disneyland.
It is Disneyland, although they're calling it Magic Kingdoms.
God, I'm good.
Yep. It's by a company called IDW. It's an official Disney comic, as you can see. Oh, go this way. This way. There you go.
No, those are the same guys. I know Marvel was doing like Dreamfinder and
it's not. It's different.
Different.
I think it's a different company too. Actually, no. because I did go on their website, and they do have some Marvel things. But this is a full-color, glossy page comic book, and I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty thick. It's not your
cool.
10-page comic book. It's a little on the pricey side. I'm saying that because when I was a kid, they were $1. This is now $6.99.
That's not so bad for a #1 issued comic. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty on
par.
And
this one I purchased from IDW directly. It came in the cellophane with the backer, all nicely sealed up.
Nice.
And the shipping, I don't know what it was, but I did find out if you are local to Orlando, Gods and Monsters, the comic book store.
Oh yeah.
Has them, and they also have what they. Because I was asking them, I was asking IDW, can a subscriber want to get them every month? And they're like, no, ask your local store. But Gods and Monsters has a kind of pull and hold program, so they'll get the comic in, and then they pull them for the subscribers, and then you pick them up. So I'm probably going to contact Gods and Monsters and get mine there. But I think it should be interesting. What they've also been doing, which is crazy, is they also put out an alternative cover to some of these.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah, so you got to go find it and hunt it down. It's it's 1 in 1,000 or whatever they are, or something crazy and stupid that Disney did. Obviously.
Yeah, buddy.
So, but that I thought I'd mention that because I was kind of excited. I thought it looked cool. I mean, I don't know if you can see the art. The art looks pretty good on there. Mickey looks pretty cool. So, if you can't, obviously, if you're not watching this live, you can't see the video.
You're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. So, go to YouTube, and then you'll see what I'm talking about on the YouTube video on our site.
Got to get me a green card. Missing out on so much Disney. I could think so many jokes about that for some other reason. Sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, my brain is shot right now. Okay, let's get into the news stuff. With hues that conjure up the deep blue sea, the reimagined Flying Fish restaurant beckons guests to Disney's boardwalk with a contemporary, sophisticated interior that pays homage to the golden era of seaside boardwalk dining. So apparently they've gone away from the Flying Fish, which the Flying Fish was it the front car or the back car of a roller coaster? I can never keep it straight, but it was one of the cars of a roller coaster. Right. So that's what the Flying Fish was from. So apparently they've got rid of that. So now they've got a clear glass school of artful fish and bubbles that suspend from the stretched fabric ceiling, adding a lightness to the dining room. White linens, wood, tiled walls, and deep blue carpet adds richness to the space that features an open kitchen with only 191 seats. An elegant private dining area at the back of the restaurant showcases part of the extensive wine collection, so I'm a fan. The popular chef's counter has been redesigned, so they did not get rid of the chef's counter. Now with seating for 12 at 3 separate tables directly in front of the open kitchen, where a 6-course dinner with its own menu is offered by Chef Tim Mahoras. Chef Tim, who has been on the Flying Fish team since 2011, is at the helm of the kitchen now, where sustainable fish is the star of the new menu. Starters include blue crab bisque with jumbo lump crab, melted leeks, aged sherry, and tarragon creme fraiche, corn-crusted wild Gulf shrimp, and a tour of the coast with local middle neck clams, rock shrimp, icy blue mussels, and Florida coast grouper cheek. Oh, I'm so hungry. Along with sustainable fish, entrees include planche seared Hokkaido scallops, Wagyu filet mignon, Maine lobster Nero pasta with golden tomato sauce, young artichokes and micro lemongrass, wild Alaskan king salmon, bison strip loin, and a wood-fired Spanish octopus and Chilean sea bass combo. I could barely talk.
Wipe the drool.
My drool and my brains out. New high-tech wine technology allows more special wines by the ounce, according to Stig Jacobson, general manager and sommelier at Flying Fish. The restaurant now has more storage capacity with nearly 300 labels, and almost 80 are by the glass. Good Lord have mercy. Popular wine flights are back, as well as an all-new cocktail menu.
When they say that wine technology, they're either doing wine by the barrel, or they have those wine machines that they put the bottle and it kind of seals it, and they can pull almost like a beer tap to get
they're probably talking about something like that, man. I cannot wait. I know that's going to be an expensive meal, but I cannot wait to try the new flying fish out. It's so good.
We'll have to do it in October after food. Yeah. After food and wine is not over, but
if we can survive that, if we can survive that, that'll be great.
Yeah. All right, next up, hey, if you were, I do this often, I think, on my phone now. And I used to do it with my iPad a lot. But Disney Movies Anywhere now is adding Fios by Verizon. So beginning today, Disney Movies Anywhere expanded its first multi-channel video programming distributor with the addition of Fios by Verizon to the cloud-based digital movie service. Disney Movies Anywhere participating providers now include iTunes, Amazon Video, Vudu, Google Play, Microsoft Movies and TV, and now Fios by Verizon. And if you're not sure what we're talking about, it's an app that you can watch your Disney movies from. So Disney Movies Anywhere is available across a variety of set-top and mobile devices, meaning users have more ways than ever to enjoy their Disney movies, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, all these collections in the comfort of your living room or on the go. Fios by Verizon subscribers can now connect their Disney Movies Anywhere accounts to access their eligible films directly through their existing cable box and can purchase new content via Fios by Verizon on any of their supported platforms. By adding the free DMA app or channel to their device, Disney Movies Anywhere members can watch on devices such as the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod Touch, Android mobile devices, tablets, Android TV, Amazon Fire tablets, Fire TV sticks, Roku, and Xbox. So it's really on anything. It's what they're trying to tell you. The launch coincides, with an earlier digital release of Disney's massive live-action hit, The Jungle Book, which has earned $955 million worldwide. In addition, Disney Movies Anywhere members who connect a new account will receive a limited-time offer of a digital copy of Monsters, Inc. for their DMA collections. I think when I signed up for my account, too, I got a copy of Monsters.
Nice.
And the other thing, too, you should know is if you have a Disney Movie Rewards Club account, if you go there and you put in that code that you get with your Disney movie, it will also add that movie to your Disney Movie Anywhere account if you have it linked up to iTunes. At least that's the way it's been working for me. If somebody has something different going on, let me know. But that's the way it's been working for me. I got quite a few movies in my little, mobile collection now.
Yeah, I've been trying to get that thing set up. I got Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was my first one, and it's been awkward ever since. I'm like, I can't get it to work.
Yeah. It is a little wonky. They're really trying to protect it, and the DMA thing is really the problem, obviously. But, if you can get it to work, it's really glorious. If you have kids and you can do this in your car, this is even better, because then the kids are quiet in the car if you're, driving down to Florida or driving out to California, whatever the case may be. So.
Yeah. Now you have to have internet going for the kids to see the movie. You can't download them to your thing, can you?
I don't think so. I think you have to stream them. At least that's the way it was working on my iPad.
Okay, that's cool. Hang on, let me do that. All right, so are we ready to move on here?
Sure.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once.
Yeah.
I should never do that. I just don't. Mommy's only got two hands. 8 arms. Sorry, that's the quote. Hey, I've got some bad news for you, especially for those of you on the West Coast. We now have a final date for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. So the headline basically says, check into the Tower of Terror before it checks out of Disney California Adventure Park on January 2nd, 2017. So for the next few months, Disney invites you for a special celebration of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror leading up to its final checkout on January 2nd, 2017. The salute kicks off during Halloween time at Disneyland Resort, September 9th through October 31st. The spookiest time of the year is the perfect time to experience this attraction before it leaves Disney California Adventure Park. During the celebration, the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination will get even darker. Each night beginning after twilight, California Adventure Park guests will be treated to late checkout. Experience the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror as you never have before in complete darkness.
Ooh.
In addition, late checkout guests will find commemorative merchandise, of course, as well as special food and beverage items, of course, throughout the celebration. You'll also get the chance to picture yourself checking out with a special photo op located in front of the Hollywood Tower Hotel marquee, complete with vintage luggage and other nods to the landmark's story and the glitz and glamour of a bustling young movie town. Each day during Halloween time at Disneyland Resort, the Hollywood Tower Hotel will host special performances by Buena Vista Street's own Silver Lake Sisters, Dolly, Dottie, and Ethel Bounds, veterans of the vaudeville circuit, known professionally as Fiddler, Fifer, and Practical, or the Silver Lake Sisters. They'll perform their songs from their glittering career at the rooftop lounge of the famous hotel. The sisters went on to open Fiddler, Fifer, and Practical Cafe on Buena Vista Street, where a wall inside the restaurant features photos, posters, and memorabilia from their many performances. They will make their return to Hollywood Tower Hotel to join fans during this farewell tribute. That's pretty nice. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll get fanfare like that for Ellen's Energy Adventure.
No.
No, not going to happen?
They're not going to wheel Ellen out and say, hey, here you go. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not even sure people are aware of that. Oh, by the way, speaking of, do you have anything else on Tower of Terror?
Nope.
So last week, I think it was last week. It might have been the week before. I was driving down Buena Vista going towards Coronado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here's the downside. I was not able, I had to change lanes. I couldn't see. But as I was on the Disney Springs side of the big bridge that goes across World Drive.
Okay.
So I'm staring at Coronado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
That road kind of curves, so I couldn't tell what side of the road it was on. There were balloons in the air. The type of balloons that would be if you were checking sight lines.
Oh, good.
So I'm wondering if they're testing sight lines for either a new building at Coronado or they're thinking about building something else across the street in that extra land they have sitting there.
I don't know.
I didn't get a picture. I don't know anything other than that. I just it popped into my head. I thought I was supposed to talk about that last week, and I completely dropped the ball on that. So if you guys out there know anything that's going on in the Coronado Springs area, I would love to know what Disney was doing.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on at Disney right now. I mean, I'm hoping for the Destination D event in November that they kind of, tell us a little bit more, because there was a lot of stuff going on property. There's markers and lane changes and roads being moved and files being planned for a whole bunch of stuff, some of which we're going to talk about, but it's crazy about the amount of stuff that's going on. So I'd like to know. So, hey, if you like this show and you'd like to support the show, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast And there you can sign up and subscribe by giving anything that you can per month or a one-time support. And if you do, there's some nice little things that we will send to you as a way of us saying thank you. And we'd like to thank our current contributors, David, Stacy, and Willie. Thanks for your contribution. All right. If you've ever tried to get to Disney Springs from a park, you know that this can be a very daunting task. Typically, your choice is to go to a resort and then get on a bus from that resort to Disney Springs, which will certainly lengthen the trip. So Disney is now listened, I guess, to all the bazillion complaints they've probably gotten over the years. So they're offering a new bus service. So starting at 4 p.m. daily, you can now get a bus from a theme park to Disney Springs. So Disney buses will now transport guests to Disney Springs from the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Animal Kingdom, and the studios starting at 4 p.m. daily with a drop-off location in the heart of the property. The new service puts guests in the middle of town center, obviously because that's where the bus stop is. The newest neighborhood filled with the world-class brands, and yes, they are world-class, and the one-of-a-kind eateries and the high-quality entertainment. All right, let's not go crazy about the entertainment. While the service from the park is intended to be a one-way, Disney transports will continue to be available from Disney Springs back to the Disney resorts. And for the guests with their own vehicles, the arrival experience is even more convenient than ever with the complimentary self-parking, which includes the 2 new parking garages that utilize smart technology, making it easy to find a parking spot if there is one. So there you go. So here's the thing. If your car is parked at a theme park, you're going to want to drive it to Disney Springs. If you are a resort guest and you're just going for dinner, obviously you can take the bus and just take the bus back to your resort, and then life is grand for you. But if you've taken a car, you're going to want to drive your car to Disney Springs because the bus is not going to take you back to the park. So then you will have to go to a resort and then transfer over to the park that you parked at. So, and it'll probably be closed and there'll be no shuttle, so you'll have to figure that out as well. So,
yeah, that's going to be some creative parking, and I think it's possible to really manage that really well. And I do appreciate that Disney's doing this, but I think it's great.
Yeah. If they start charging to park in the parking garage, then they'll start having bus service to the parks.
That's
the way that's going to happen. They're not going to give up that $22, $25. I don't even know what parking is anymore.
$20.
$20. So there you go.
Yeah, $20.
All right. Hey, we'd like to. Yeah.
Unless you know where to park.
That's right. Unless you're local and you've figured that out by now. We want to thank our next sponsor, Diz Wheels. They offer you now mobility scooters, strollers, and wheelchairs starting at only $20 a day. And they offer one-day rentals, which is unheard of here in Orlando. Everybody's got a minimum, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. So they offer one-day rentals. They offer also free delivery and free pickup. And I just saw the other day they now have some assembly and disassembly instructions in case you want to kind of put it in your car and take it to another park rather than taking a monorail or bus or whatever. You can do that. So contact them at www.dizwheels.com or call them at 407-501-6883 to book your scooter, stroller, or wheelchair today.
I was talking in the chat room with the guys. The question was, is Deluxe Burger better than Five Guys?
No.
To me, Five Guys is the standard, and it's not. Yeah. Deluxe Burger is really, really good, but they're super, super juicy, a little bit messy. They're bigger. They're more expensive, but they're pretty darn good. They're like like 0.5 down. They're like half a point off from like Five Guys. But the best way to enjoy deluxe burger, and this is just a free tip, take it or leave it, is to go over to Poutine and grab yourself a nice poutine, and then walk over to Deluxe Burger, order your burger. Now you're going to get more fries, but if you're sharing it with, someone, you have poutine and the leftover poutine, whatever flavor, the leftover gravy or whatever, and then you've got all these extra fries. The fries over at Deluxe are really good, but I think Five Guys is still the standard.
Yeah, I think so too. I like Five Guys French fries too. So
they are good. Okay, so back to the regular show. Hey, when we talked about the Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, we knew that there were going to be aspects of it that were going to be very seasonal. And so we're very excited to find out that the new fall finale is going to debut this week.
Yep.
And is it the first Mickey's Not So Scary on Friday the 2nd?
I think so. I think it's coming up this week.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's on the 2nd. That's just me. So beginning September 2nd, which is this Friday, as we record this, the finale scene in Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair will feature new costumes, decor, and choreography. You'll also hear an original song celebrating autumn from the songbook duo of Valerie Vagoda and Brendan Milbourne. I don't know who those guys are. They composed the show's catchy tune On This Day. Presented on the Cinderella Castle forecourt stage, Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair brings to life beloved Disney stories, both classic and contemporary, in spectacular performance featuring memorable and lively dancing, delightful costumes, and special effects. Mickey and his troupe of merrymakers have invited friends from other lands. So not only do you have Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Daisy, and Goofy, you also have Anna, Elsa, and Olaf from Frozen, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from, and the gang from the Snuggly Duckling, which I had explained to my better half who those guys were because they weren't really obvious, from Tangled. Right. Tiana, Naveen, and now Lewis from The Princess and the Frog. And starting this weekend is a special fall edition of the popular Main Street Trolley Show. Greeting everyone along the avenue with a joyous song all about the magic that can happen when it's autumn. So be sure to head on out to the Magic Kingdom this fall and take in all the wonderful sights and sounds. Make sure you go there kind of early because the Main Street Trolley Show is not like an all-day thing. It's really only like in the early morning time.
Yeah, it's only before noon and then it's gone. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the characters of Main Street, too. They usually disappear by lunchtime as well.
And I really do like the fact that, we all really loved, it's not Magic, the Memories in You. It was Dreams Come True. It was Dreams Come True along with Mickey. I can't remember the name of the show. The one that Mickey's Royal Friendship.
The one that just left.
Yeah, the one that just left. I really did like it. But, this show is okay. It's not like it hasn't really hit my heartstrings yet, but I do like the fact that it's going to change. That's the one negative thing about, the Dreams Come True show. It just, it was, anything is popular.
Dreams come true.
It got tired after a while.
Sure.
It was great, but it got a little old. So I think that they've built in a nice little thing where it can be refreshed every season. And I love that. For as much as we dump on some of their decisions.
Yeah. It was time for a refresher. I'm not going to say it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I guess when all of us locals have this memorized, like verbatim, and we can practically do the show, it's time for it to, move on. So it's good. I'm glad they're adding, seasonal things to it too. That'll make it interesting, and it'll be nice to see what they're going to do for Christmas. So it's good. It's good stuff.
It's all good. It's all good.
And I do like the trolley show. It's one thing I do like. I do like Main Street a lot, but there used to be a day that you could ride the trolley down Main Street, and that doesn't happen either anymore. There used to be a time when you could, ride the fire truck or, ride an omnibus. But all that's gone, my friends.
Yeah.
All that's gone.
Not all of it. You can still, there's still a couple things. You have to get there early, though. Super early.
Yeah. I used to run all day, but that's all right. Now we have scooters. All right. Let's talk about our trivia. The last week, the trivia question was, who are Ellis and Flora Disney?
Try that again, brother. That would be
Elias.
Elias.
Sorry. Who are Elias and Flora Disney? And no, they are not little pixie fairies from Cinderella. So,
Yeah, that was Flora and Fauna.
Yeah, Flora and Fauna, right. They were Walt's parents. And the correct answer was given by Jamie. So, Jamie, you are the winner of this week's trivia contest. We'll shoot you an email, but if you have the chance, email DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com with your mailing address, and we'll shoot you something in the mail. Now on to this week's trivia question. You ready?
Yep. Hit me with it.
What attraction at Walt Disney World was originally built in 1917 for Olympic Park in Maplewood, New Jersey?
Stitch's Great Escape.
You're right.
Damn. What do I win?
You rascally rabbit.
You rascally rabbit.
You win a chance to do the rest of the show, John.
Hey. Bully me.
All right. So, hey, if you know the answer to that question, email us at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com or go to our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. We'll have that trivia question. Make a comment there on what you think the answer is. And once again, it is what attraction at Walt Disney World was originally built in 1917 for Olympic Park in Maplewood, New Jersey? That is the question at hand.
Stitch's Great Escape. You said that was the answer.
Yeah, it is. Hey, so there's some changes going on over at the Pirates that I saw going around on the internet. I thought we'd talk about these a little bit. There's a new prop that's been added to the Pirates of the Caribbean here at the Magic Kingdom. And there may be other new things coming soon. So a new prop has appeared in the Pirates of the Caribbean over at the Magic Kingdom. And it should be familiar to fans of the popular film series based on the classic ride. There's a glass case at the very back of the beach scene that looks just like the one that was used to transport the captured mermaid in the fourth film of the Pirate series on Stranger Tides. Now, we don't know if it's the real prop or if they made a prop that looked like this and put it there, so we're not really sure. But it's there. Now, back in October of 2012, there was a mermaid scene that was added to the Pirates at the Magic Kingdom, projecting images of the mermaids onto the surface of the water. The mermaid skeletons on the beach were also added at that time. Now, the projection has been turned off quite a long time ago, but they did make this update. Now, other small changes have been made to the attraction lately, including the removal of the Dead Man Tell No Tales banner outside of the ride. And further changes are expected leading into the 2017 release of the movie and this, expected transaction of, this attraction. So keep your eyes on Pirates because there may be sneaking some things in there slowly in preparation for the movie.
Two things about this makes me go, why would they take the Dead Men Tell No Tales banner off? What's the purpose of that? Unless they're going to put a new banner with the name of the new movie, which I don't even know what the name of the new movie is.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head either. It could be for that. It could be for something else they have up their sleeve that they're not telling us.
Right.
They do some crazy things, John. And the fact that they're sneaking these things in, probably in the middle of the night while they're doing their, nightly maintenance.
Right.
Makes you wonder.
And that's the thing. I mean, I mentioned this I do like a quick little pre-show. I try to over at the Facebook page for Parkhoppers. And, I was talking about this. It's like when you go to the Haunted Mansion, there's little things that move from time to time. The hats move from the scene in the attic. The the plates that form the Mickey
plates move.
move, and certain things move. And I get that. What I don't get is, hey guys, let's start putting some props in to the Pirates of the Caribbean. So why don't we put the glass case where they transported the mermaid in?
Yeah.
From the fourth movie in the franchise that not a lot of people were fans of.
Right.
Like, just the weirdest thing. Putting Johnny Depp in makes total sense. What would be really interesting if they put the Kraken in? I would dig that.
Right.
You know, put the Kraken in from, what is it, the first movie or the second movie where the Kraken shows up?
Yeah.
Bring that Kraken in and take the ship out. What would be even better is if they just scrapped the whole ride and gave us the version that they have over at Shanghai Disneyland. That have you seen the videos of that bad boy?
Yes. Yeah. That's the pirates that we should want.
That's the pirates we deserve. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We don't leave trash lying around all the parks.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to make a statement, but yeah, right. I think that'd be great for us.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things, that I think they move and sneak around in Pirates. I don't know why. What was the other thing too? Somebody was telling me. The thing that when you go and there's a little vapor stuff and there's the guy, I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
Barbosa.
That's not him. That's Blackbeard.
He used to say something. Now he doesn't say something, and he's also come and gone.
Right.
From the attraction recently too. So
right. I don't
know. Maybe they're testing stuff. To see what they can get away with.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's all crazy.
I'm surprised they just don't do a whole movie overlay when those movies come out.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I is no chicken would be like, no, I am no stranger tides.
Yeah. And the question is, are they going to do more? Depp keeps saying this is the last one. Is it really the last one? I mean, you said that 2 movies ago.
Right.
Or movie number 5.
Well, eventually his luck is going to run. Not that I want to speak negatively of Johnny Depp, but eventually his luck's going to run out. Because the last couple of tent poles that they put up for Mr. Depp from Disney did not do well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. Hopefully it's good because it's Pirates of the Caribbean and everybody kind of likes it. So
right.
Anyway, so let's go over to the left coast, the west side of the country. Halloween time at Disneyland Resort starts on September 9th. We're very excited about that. Throughout the Halloween season, guests will find special treats and thrilling traditions like the Haunted Mansion Holiday returns to celebrate the collision between Halloween and Christmas, and a familiar guest moves into the mansion. Jack Skellington from Walt Disney Pictures classic Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas will be coming back. Jack Skellington brings a unique spark to the season, and for the first time, his friend Sally will join him in the mansion graveyard. The annual Haunted Mansion Holiday Gingerbread House is back with a new theme. This year's version appears to be stitched together from pieces of other gingerbread houses and treats. In fact, the ghoulish architect has stitched himself inside the house, and one green arm may be spotted sewing the walls together around himself. Another Halloween favorite is Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, a Halloween-themed reimagining of the popular thrill ride in Tomorrowland, which is currently doing the Star Wars thing, right? Isn't that doing Hyperspace Mountain?
Yeah.
So guests on board the speeding Space Mountain vehicles are thrust into a ghostly galaxy where they are bombarded by eerie screams, sound effects, and music. Spine-chilling spirits pop out of the darkness, appearing to reach out to menace the space travelers. The traditional Mexican celebration Dia de los Muertos is observed with the skeleton display in Frontierland near Rancho del Zocalo restaurant. As a special after-dark treat during the Halloween season, guests who visit Disneyland on select nights will be able to enjoy Fantasy in the Sky Fireworks Spectacular. During the day, the dynamic Mickey Sensational Parade marches down Main Street, USA throughout Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort. So basically, the last two things are the same as normal, right?
Right.
Mickey's Halloween Party, their version of Mickey's Not So Scary. New this year in Mickey's Halloween Party is the premiere of the Frightfully Fun Parade, seen exclusively on the 17 nights of this separately ticketed event at Disneyland. The Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow from the Disney animated classic Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad brings a warning to guests riding through the park on his ghostly black steed with a flickering jack-o'-lantern. That's new for them.
Yes.
We've been kind of blessed with that one for a while. Shortly, I hope the horse doesn't fall. Have you ever seen that video where the horse slips?
Yes.
Oh, it's horrendous. It's so sad. I feel bad for the horse. Shortly afterward, the parade will begin with greetings from Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Grim, grinning, and hitchhiking ghosts follow along in the procession, joined by other spirits from the iconic Haunted Mansion attraction. Inspired by Disney's Princess and the Frog, the creepy Dr. Facilier calls on mystic powers, summoning his shadow men from the bayou to loom large over his strange, twisted voodoo parlor. Mischievous Disney villains appear out of the darkness, ready to stir up some trouble, and their wicked gathering includes the evil queen, Jafar, and Cruella. Sorry, that's got the song stuck in my head. Mickey's Halloween Party guests are invited to visit in costume and trick-or-treat throughout Disneyland for candy and healthy snacks.
Please leave the park.
An extra special treat is the Halloween Screams Fireworks Spectacular, presented exclusively for guests of Mickey's Halloween Party and hosted by the Master of Scaremonies, Jack Skellington. Tickets for Mickey's Halloween Party may be purchased online or on the mobile devices at disneyland.com/party, as well as the Disneyland Resort main gate and by phone at 714-781-4400. Sounds like they've got it going on over there.
Yeah, I think if they're going to change up the parade, I may have to go this year.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, why not?
You know.
Yeah, I know there was some confusion because they were talking about, well, one night we're going to do that, or maybe it was Christmas last year. They were doing one parade and then both fireworks shows, and then they were doing two parades. It was really weird. So I guess, they're doing a new parade, so that's cool. Sounds very similar to what we have out here. I'm wondering if they've just copied what we've got.
Sync them up, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go see it. Maybe we should go.
Yeah. I don't know. They do have some pass holder nights. Maybe we'll have to look into that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that, and I don't think I put that in the news story, but Vanellope is going to replace Goofy on the bike. Goofy drives the big bike with the candy.
Oh, that actually kind of makes sense because do they still have Goofy Candy Company at Disney Springs?
Yes. It's still there.
Well, they should probably change that.
Well, it also for the new movie coming out, Wreck-It Ralph 2. To kind of get her front and center again. And for the possible thing of the Sugar Rush VR thing over at Stitch, taking place over at Stitch.
Yeah, that's great synergy. I love it.
Yeah, so could happen. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. If you have a child of the age of 10 or less, you'll know that they don't have to do their little finger scan when they come to Walt Disney World here in Florida. Kids 10 and younger are exempt from doing that. But effective immediately, that is now defunct and gone. So children under the age of 10 have never been required to scan a finger when entering Walt Disney World, something required of all ticket holders over the age of 10 for many years. But just starting last week, children under the age of 10 are now required to have their fingerprint scanned, and it's not a fingerprint, have their finger scanned to enter the parks, the water parks, or even Disney Quest. The change is reportedly part of a continuing effort to fight ticket fraud at Disney World and ticket resales. Child tickets in the past would have had no finger associated with them, nor do they require an ID, which would make them very easy to transfer between guests the age of 10 or to resell anywhere in Florida, which they do. Disney made no official statement on the new policy beyond the instructions given to the front gate cast members at their respective theme parks. So, I get it. When I worked Disney security, ticket fraud was a huge problem. That was back in the 90s. I'm sure it's still a huge problem with today's technology of scanners and printers and things like that. Making magnetic strips and all that kind of stuff is probably child's play for somebody that wants to, make fraudulent tickets. So I get their problem, but I know at Disneyland they take your picture, and your picture's on your card, whether it's your annual pass or your ticket media, it doesn't matter. And then when you scan it on the monitor, the gate person goes, "Oh, that's Tony. It looks just like him," because there's a picture on the monitor.
Right.
So
they do the same thing on Disney Cruise Line. Every passenger, just like almost every cruise line, every passenger has a photo taken, and they look at your cruise pass card, and then look at your picture and go, "Yep, that's you." I'm like, duh.
Yeah. So that, obviously that's way better than this finger scan thing they're trying to do. But the question is it fast enough to get people in the park as quickly and efficiently as they would like? That's the question. Disneyland still has the little turnstile thing. They still have the little, it slows the whole process down, I think.
I know that's your deal. That's kind of, and I'm not saying this in a mean way. Please don't take it that way. But that's your deal. It's like throughput, man. That's the most important thing. I don't think they give a crap about throughput because if they did, they would really work on making sure that those lines are moving, and they're not all the time. Plus, you have all the extra security. If they're worried about throughput, they would put twice as many security people on front checking bags.
Right.
My problem with this, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. This is my opinion. I'm not so sure about having my 10 and under kid, doing a biometric scan. And I mean, I get it to a certain age. I mean, it's just Disney. They're going to I don't know. I just have a weird feeling. And I'm always kind of weird about this kind of stuff anyway. But I don't know, man.
From everything I've been told, it's not actually scanning your fingerprint. What it is doing is taking a measurement of the length and width that's placed on that piece of glass.
Well,
that's why they always tell you to put your finger all the way in, so they're getting the same kind of measure, and you have to do it the same way each time. Use the same finger, because if you use a different one, it's not a fingerprint. They can't match that.
Right, but for a growing child,
it'll be difficult. I agree, and that's probably why they didn't do it. But now they're saying, well, you know what? We're gonna have to give it a whack. Because
is it really that big of a deal? I mean, is it really? I mean, with the technology that they have today, you can't get in without an adult ticket. I mean, are there that many people who've got tickets for kids that are selling the 1 and 2 day extra? I mean, is it really?
The question here that you have to ask yourself is: so let's run this scenario. You buy, you go out onto 192, and there's the Disney resale guy, and he sells you a couple tickets, and he says, "Hey, Mr. Johnny, I got a couple tickets for you." Maybe they're kids' tickets. You don't know,
right?
Because I don't think the tickets say whether they're adult or kids anymore. I think it's just a printed thing with the barcode on it. So essentially, and if it's got no fingerprint, it's not associated to another person. So anybody can use it. They can sell it as an adult ticket or as a kid's ticket, and it doesn't matter. If it's got days on it, they can say, hey, there's 2 days left on this, there's 3 days left on this, or whatever. Because I think you can go either online or call and give the ticket number, and they'll tell you how many days are left on the ticket.
Yeah, but you can't use a child's ticket to get an adult into the park, though, can you?
I think you can, because remember, the only thing they're looking for at the turnstile is that little green ball to light up.
Oh, that's true.
They don't have, the only person that has that iPad is the guest relations person, and they're only really checking. I mean, everybody used to have an iPad, and I have, in recent months, I haven't seen anybody with an iPad at the turnstile. They usually just raise their hand and get the guest relation person now when there's a problem. So I think there have been problems, and I think they're trying to crack down on them.
No, I understand they've got to do security, but I don't know, man. I'm not so sure how I feel about taking kids, biometric scans of kids. I don't know. Who knows? So that was our big controversial topic. The second controversial topic is Disney World is rolling out free mosquito repellent to combat the Zika virus. Who'd have thunk it, kids? Disney.
I want to say this. I don't work for the CDC or the FDA, but isn't this only dangerous if you're pregnant? I mean, if I get bit by
a compromised immune system.
Yeah. So if I'm a fine, healthy person and I get bit by a Zika bug, I think I'm okay.
Well, I was watching a thing because apparently they found a couple cases of Zika near where I live, and from what I understand, Zika is really only transmitted from bites of people, and it's only spread in certain small areas because the mosquitoes don't. It's not like they're covering the state, but they're really localized. So there would have to be. A mosquito would have to bite somebody in an area where there is Zika who's already been bitten by mosquito who's got the Zika virus, gets it from another person. That's how it's transmitted.
Right.
So unless Disney's got, Zika positive mosquitoes in the area, I think, this is overkill. But if it puts people's mind at ease, it's not that big a deal. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so talk about that. So, that they're filling in the pool at River Country. Yeah. You heard that, right? So the reason, allegedly, they're filling in that pool is, one, somebody said it could be a liability. Somebody can get over there, fall in the pool and drown.
Sure, absolutely.
And number two is that standing water could be a cesspool for Zika bugs.
Well, it's a cesspool for mosquitoes. Mosquitoes carry the Zika virus, and all it takes is one mosquito to infect the whole group, I guess. So basically, Disney has introduced a complimentary bug repellent at Walt Disney World theme parks and Disney Springs to help combat the Zika virus present in Central Florida. God help us all. Yeah. Disney rolled out the program resort-wide, and here's how it works. There are kiosks located all around the parks and Disney Springs. Cast members are handing out pamphlets to guests.
I hear something gurgling.
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly. Oh, I do know what it is. Sorry. Edit. Hang on one second. Okay. Here's how it works. These kiosks are located all around the Disney parks in Disney Springs. Cast members are handing out pamphlets to guests about mosquito prevention and then invite them to apply repellent to themselves. Cast members were tallying the number of guests using the program. Later on that day, one kiosk at Disney Springs said that they had already had over 50 guests who had taken advantage of the program. Guests do not actually receive anything to keep with them, but they can stop by the kiosk and apply the repellent to themselves at any time. All resort rooms at Walt Disney World have similar bottles of repellent placed in them by housekeeping. Guests do, in fact, get to keep those bottles distributed to their guest room. Makes sense. They're paying to be on property. They've probably got some extra money that they can kick into those bottles. It's unknown how long Disney World will offer the repellent, but it will be likely until the threat of Zika is gone from Central Florida.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. And I wonder if they have intelligence that we don't know about the bug and what it's doing in the area. So,
well, yeah, but if there was something going on, even Disney can't keep something like that down. Because a TV or radio station outside of the Orlando area would pick up that story.
Yeah, you would hope. All right, hey, for you Disneyland folks, we can tell you that Sprinkles is now going your way. They're heading west. Head west, young man. According to building permits filed with the city of Anaheim, the Disneyland Resort will soon be getting their own Sprinkles cupcakes. I wonder if you guys are going to get an ATM too. Sprinkles serves handcrafted cupcakes, homemade cookies, and slow churned ice cream.
And I hope if you do get an ATM that it works.
Yeah. That'll be nice because ours really doesn't.
Ours breaks a little often.
Yeah, it's on for an hour and then it's done.
But
I got one cupcake. I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
The permit shows that the chain, which opened recently in Disney Springs, Walt Disney World, will be taking part of the former Quicksilver building in downtown Disney. No official announcements have been made, so you'll have to wait for further details.
That's great. I think it's all good. I love Sprinkles. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Get a chance to do a frosting shot.
A frosting shot?
Yeah. Did you not have a frosting shot?
I did not.
Dude, it's like $1.50, and they take some of the frosting. So they like have their vanilla, their chocolate. I think they have like a peanut butter, and then they have like the cream cheese, like that they put on their red velvet.
Red velvet. Yeah.
So think the cream cheese frosting that you get at like Cinnabon, except thicker.
Nice.
Holy cats! And like the little paper cups that you get to put ketchup in.
Right.
So imagine that filled to the top, and they round it off. So it's just got this shot of like pure sugar.
Wow.
And dude, I mean, it's like you go from 0 to 90 like that. I mean, your heart rate goes up, your blood vessels go. It's crazy. It's insane. It's so good. So bad for you, but it's so good.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, for those of you who are staying at Saratoga Springs and Treehouse Villas, and you've been wondering how you're going to get from both places, especially if you don't have a vehicle, and you don't want to be carrying your luggage for 15 bus stops, guess what? There's a new internal bus route between Saratoga Springs and the Treehouse Villas. There's going to be a new bus route running between the two locations. There'll be stops at the Treehouse Villas North, Treehouse Villas South, Congress Park, Springs, Grandstand, Carousel, and Paddock. The wait times for these different bus stops will be about 20 minutes in between buses. For guests wishing to take a bus to Typhoon Lagoon, they need to catch that bus at Congress Park at that bus stop, and they'll take you to Typhoon Lagoon. Why that one water park was mentioned, I have no idea.
I don't know.
To get to Disney Springs, guests will need to take the water taxi. Bus service to Disney Springs will start once the water taxi stops running due to chilly weather.
Yeah. I think they mentioned the Typhoon Lagoon because it was from, I think, Disney Springs over to Typhoon Lagoon. So I think what they're saying is if you wanted to get there, you had to go take the bus from Congress Park, I guess, over.
Right. Right. I agree.
Yeah.
So in other quick news, for those of you who collect the Sources of the Magic Kingdom card.
Or sell on the internet.
No comment. During Mickey's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, Clawhauser is going to be featured in the new card. Clawhauser is the donut-loving security guard from the animated film Zootopia. With his love of sweets, Disney thought that he would make the perfect addition to the Candy-filled Halloween party. Each Sources of the Magic Kingdom card comes with the ability to cast a spell, and Clawhauser is no exception. His spell is named Clawhauser's Tricky Treat. And when used, he will fire out dozens of magical donuts. If used improperly, there will be an explosion of rainbow sprinkles. This card is only available to party guests using their party ticket to register to play the game and showing your event wristband. Guests will also be able to get a regular pack of cards as well. To get the cards and play the game, just stop by the Firehouse on Main Street, USA to get started. I would have thought that they were going to use Clawhauser, that they would use like the dance, because that was his deal. He was the dancer.
All right. Right.
You know.
I don't know.
I cannot read the chat comments while I'm doing this because your chat is disgusting. Not disgusting, disturbing. It's not disgusting. I apologize. It's disturbing. That thought is, I just can't. Okay, I got to poke my mind's eye
out. Yeah, I usually sell mine because you can get anywhere between $35 and $50 on the internet. If you're not going to use them, I usually just get my card and then just sell it. Yeah,
Disney, if you're listening, I have all of mine.
I have one or two of mine. Usually the Christmas ones sell for a little bit more. I don't know why. But all right, hey, if you're heading to California Adventure, listen to this. Costco is going to sell you a ticket. I think this is fantastic. I love Costco. One of my favorite stores of all time to shop in.
It's the anti-Walmart.
It's the anti-Walmart for me. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
It appears in recent rumors that it's true. The annual pass is only good for Disney's California Adventure, and it'll be sold in Southern California Costco stores. The Disney California Adventure Fun Pass will be sold for $329.99 and will include 12 months of admission on select days, plus a 10% discount on food and merchandise, and a collectible Disney pin.
Get out.
I cannot.
What a bargain.
That's crazy.
A bargain at half the price.
It is. It is. I want to know what the select days, how many select days out of 365?
Days that end with R.
It's not known how many blackout dates there will be for this fun pass, but be comparable to the current deluxe passport, which is sold for $599. That's like a half off sale.
You have to buy the pass before you know what your blackout dates are.
I would think. It's expected to go on sale soon. So if you're living in Southern California and you don't have an annual pass and you want to go to California Adventure for some select days, it sounds like Disney's giving you a chance at $329. That's a steal.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. I mean, plus 10% off food and merchandise? That's like having an annual pass.
Well, the cool thing is if you get the 10% off, even though you have blackout dates.
Yeah.
Because you can go on a day that you're blacked out and go shopping and go crazy. That'd be great.
Sure. Why not? Or eat.
Eat.
Go to Downtown Disney. $10% off, please.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome. I love that. See, we're not always negative here on the show.
Yeah.
And our final piece of news that I'm aware of,
I think so.
For those of you who have been waiting patiently, licking your chops, biding your time, you're about ready to get what you've always been wondering, we've always been hoping for, you've been praying for, you're needing, because Disney has applied for Copper Creek timeshare licenses. So that means you can buy your DVC points for the new Copper Creek. Disney Vacation Development has taken an important step as it moves closer to selling ownership in the Copper Creek villas and cabins at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. The Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation is currently reviewing Disney's application to begin selling timeshare ownership in the 14th Disney Vacation Club property. The license status was last updated on August 1st and is currently listed as under review. The department has already issued a license for the Copper Creek Villas and Cabins Condominium Association to act as managing entity for the timeshare product. Few details can be gleaned from this initial filing. The Florida DBPR website does list 9,384 timeshare weeks covered by the application. Somebody do the math. I have no idea what that means. With DVC able to sell 51 weeks for every unit, This number equates to 184 villas. Well, thanks, Disney did the math for me.
Yeah.
However, this figure may not represent the entire Copper Creek development. In 2014, Disney Vacation Development submitted its initial license application for Disney's Polynesian villas and bungalows. The application cited 8,262 weeks, or roughly 162 villas. That number corresponds with the Polynesia's initial declaration, but is far less than the 380 deluxe studio villas and bungalows on the resort. Plans depict 26 beachfront cabins coming to the Wilderness Lodge. While on existing hotel wing housing about 360 rooms, it's being reconfigured to support an unknown number of villas. Approval of this license must occur before sales can begin, but it would not necessarily signify an immediate start. Disney will have to obtain approval from other states and Canadian provinces before it can begin selling the new timeshare resort over the telephone, via the internet, or through the mail to people residing outside of the great state of Florida. In the case of the Polynesian villas and bungalows, the timeshare license was approved on June 17, 2014, but Disney did not sell ownership of the resort until January 12, 2015. Permits associated with Wilderness Lodge renovation suggest that work may continue up until, say it with me now, 2018. Holy cats.
Yeah.
So I understand if Disney gets approval and then it takes them 6 months because, A, they have to jump through a bunch of hoops. They have to do all their marketing, get all that stuff.
Marketing material,
get
contracts, lawyers.
Get the people trained to know how to sell it, and then build the preview room. You know, I understand it takes that long, but you know what? That's still pretty darn quick.
Yeah, and I suspect, if you walk into the Wilderness Lodge on the right-hand side, that's where they're going. The right-hand side rooms are what they're going to turn into DVC villas. And my guess, if I were a Disney betting man, I'm thinking they're going to turn those into a bunch of studios. They're already one-bedroom hotel rooms, so they'll probably turn them into studios, or maybe knock a wall or two down and make them into one-bedrooms. That's my guess. I don't think they're going to put in a lot of two-bedroom jobbers there. Maybe one-bedroom lock-offs, things like that. But my guess is most of them are probably going to wind up being studios.
Right. Well,
all the other good stuff will be in the other building, and then the 26 bungalows that they're going to build.
Yes.
I'd love to see a floor plan. Talk about bungalows. I read this on the internet in a couple different places.
So it must be true.
It must be true. And I know I saw a letter from Disney to the guests stating that they're having trouble with the air conditioning in the poly bungalows.
Ooh.
And they've put standalone air conditioning units in their windows.
Oh, God, they put window units in?
They put window units in the bedrooms because they are not air conditioning. The central air is not working correctly.
Dear Disney, we've spent thousands of dollars to stay here.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wonderful new bungalows, and the best you can come up with is a freaking window unit. Hey, thanks.
Yeah. So, that's great for the parents that'll be sleeping in the bedroom, but the kids are going to be sleeping out. Well, the kids that are going to be sleeping out in the pull-out couch in the living room are going to be hot as all hell.
That's the best.
Hey, kids, if you are going to the bungalows with your parents, you might want to bring your own air conditioning unit.
That's right. Bring some extra fans.
Yeah. If mom says you're going to sleep on the pull-out couch in a poly bungalow, bring some air conditioning.
Disney, bring your own air conditioning. Oh, my gosh. That's so funny.
Yeah. Thank you, Disney, for entertaining us. It's not often you entertain us with your fun, wit, and humor.
Spiff happens, man. Spiff happens.
Yeah. So I'd really love to know what the problem is. And apparently it's not in just a couple of units in most of them.
And don't they all have separate air conditioning, or are they all
I would think they were. No, they can't. I think they all have their own unit. underneath the
They'd
deck.
have to. Maybe they bought crappy units, and the units are all crapping down on them. Oh, that's.
Or maybe they weren't sized for the room in there. They're
bad.
Not the correct tonnage for the.
What do you mean you can only do one room? It's a 3-bedroom room.
Yeah. 3 bedrooms.
3. I'm sorry, sir. You can only air condition one room. Which child do you love more?
I had to tell the other kid to sleep in the pool where it's cooler, with a snorkel mask on.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
All right, kids. I think that should put a air conditioning unit in this show, and we'll have to chill out next time.
Oh!
Pum. Wait, I got pum. Where's my pum? Hey. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the show. We appreciate you all. Hey, if you want to, follow us, that's facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. We're on Twitter at Disney Podcaster. We're on Stitcher, Downcast, Upcast, Sidecast, whatever podcatcher thing you have out there, we are on it. I just checked a couple more today, and I go, oh, yeah, we are there. So we are out there, people. If you can, share the show, rate the show, review the show. We appreciate all that good stuff. That always helps. And as we like to say around here, kids, see you in the parks. All right. Winner, chicken dinner.
That's nice. It's nice. All right, everybody. For those of you who are sticking with us, hey, thanks a lot, Vince. Sleep on the balcony, but use repellent. Yeah, gator repellent.
Yeah, gator repellent.
Did I say that? Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to do the infotainment show. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. We're going to do the entertainment show, infotainment show. Hopefully we can knock it out like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can knock it out. And what I'd like to do, if we could do it, we did this last week and it helped me out tremendously. If we could just like be quiet for like 30 seconds, it's a nice big gap. I can see it. So initiating radio silence. Okay, good to go.
All right.
So we don't have to do any of the promotional stuff. I don't know if I put promotional stuff in last week.
Oh.
So we'll have to do that. I need the ads. I don't know if I've got the ads. They're probably in Dropbox. Yeah, something like that. All right, I'll take care of that. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get going with the infotainment, shall we?
Sure.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from www.parkhoppers.com. Joining me, as always, is a lovable, the huggable, you just can't get enough of him, Mr. Tony Calsanova from Disney by the Numbers. How you doing, pal?
I am doing great, but I have a feeling you're going to be hungry, John.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Now, this is the infotainment show. This is a show that we record to put out on Friday. And we deviate from the typical news and reviews and rumors and stuff. We talk about, we have guests we interview. We talk about different things in the parks. Today, we have something that is very, very near and dear to both Tony and I. It's eating. We love to eat. We love to try different restaurants, right?
Absolutely. It is the best time of the year to be a Floridian.
Oh, yeah.
Orlandian.
Orlandian, yeah, because we've got this thing called
Magical Dining.
Magical Dining. So you can go to different.
Food and wine.
Yeah. Food and wine. And then after food and wine, after Magical Dining in October, there has traditionally been something at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
So it's just a great time to be a foodie. Yeah. And so what we wanted to do differently was, instead of doing like, here's our favorite places to eat on property, here's our favorite quick service, here's our favorite dine-in, we want to do something a little different. We know that a lot of people who come down here want to stay in the Disney bubble, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we also understand that there's a lot of people who are down here who may not be staying and using the Disney dining plan. So we wanted to give you, as locals, some of our favorite places to go that are off property. If you have a car, maybe you can Uber, you can grab a taxi, and you can go experience some of these places, because I think most of the places on my list are super close. And I think most places on your list are super close too.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and break into it. Tony, you want to start?
We're doing top 5, right?
Yeah, we can do top 5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You've got 17.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with this one. This is in a town built by Disney, which is now managed by some other company. And it's called the Town of Celebration. And in the Town of Celebration, there is a great little place called Celebration Town Tavern. And this is a nice little bar. They have indoor seating and outdoor seating. They got an indoor bar and an outdoor bar. They got a big screen television. If you want to go watch a game, you want to go have a beer, you want to go have some food, this is the place to go. And it's not very far from Disney at all. This really, it's still on Disney property. It's called the Town of Celebration. And my favorite thing to get there is the clam strips. So they're battered, they're fried, and they're clams, and they're delicious. And that is my number one thing to get there. I love that probably more than anything. There are a lot of other good restaurants in the Town of Celebration too.
Don't.
I'm not saying any of them, but there are a lot of good places in the Town of Celebration. So if you're not looking for bar food and fast food and things like that, there are other places to eat in Celebration, but Celebration Town Tavern is number 5 on my list.
Yeah, the great thing that I love about the Town Tavern is if you are from the Northeast, this restaurant's going to feel very, very comfortable for you. They have Boston baked beans. Everything is really basically from New England, so you're going to get that feel. You're going to get that kind of that vibe. Their food is very much like that, and even though I'm not from there, I do certainly appreciate it. The Ipswich clams are pretty good. But they have stackers, the 2 stackers. They got the meatloaf stacker and the turkey stacker. So just imagine a full Thanksgiving dinner stacked up from the plate, and then another deal where it's basically meatloaf. It's pretty incredible. If you can eat it and survive, you're a far better man than me. I always take half of it home. Even for a big dude and a big eater like me, I can't eat all of it. So I will stay. This was actually funny you say this on my list as well. That's why I was trying to call you off. The other restaurant that I love in the Town of Celebration is the Columbia. Now, if you're from Tampa, you certainly know the Columbia restaurant, which is in Ybor City, which is kind of like our little Cuba, little Havana area. It's a restaurant that's been around for years. They have a couple different locations, one in St. Pete and then this one here in Celebration, and it's Spanish food, so it's not necessarily spicy. It's not going to be that like Mexican, high Mexican heat. It's very flavorful. It's great food. The atmosphere inside the Columbia, especially the one in Celebration, is really, really cool. If you ever get a chance to make the trek to Tampa and get to go to the Columbia, it's basically a city block. So they brought all of those great recipes over. The Columbia in Celebration is all the great food. You can get all sorts of great Spanish flair. Their sangria is made at the table by hand. It's insane. So I definitely suggest that. So definitely check out Town Tavern's a great restaurant. And then my number 5 is the Columbia in Celebration as well.
Cool. All right. Number 4 on my list is one of my favorite foods. And this is a chain place. You can find these, I think, all over the Eastern Seaboard. It's Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza. It's a nice, thin crust pizza. It's crispy. It's got a little black char bits on it. But they have some of the best pizza I love to go eat. They are also very known for their wings.
Oh, yes. They're so good.
They have. It's weird. This great pizza place has got also then good wings. There is one not that far from Disney. It's in the Dr. Phillips area. If you ask the front desk person, say, how far is Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza in the Dr. Phillips area? It's not that far. It takes a couple minutes to get there. It's right near Whole Foods.
That's funny.
So you go over there and check them out. Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza.
That's excellent. Yeah, I love Anthony's. Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza. My next one is kind of an Orlando chain, and they go by two different names. And if you're looking for not necessarily higher end pub food, but it's really good pub food. Plus also some really cool things like they got great fish and chips. Wings are always incredible. Or if you happen to be on property during game day and you can't get into the ESPN zone, then your next best bet is to go to Miller's or the Orlando Ale House. So if you just go to the Ale House, you're sure to get into one of these. The Orlando Ale House is just like Miller's Ale House. Depending on which one you go to, there's an ale house very close to Disney Springs. Just remember Apopka, Vineland.
Right.
So that intersection with, what is it? It's the road that goes to Windermere. Is that 535, 525?
Yeah.
Yeah,
535.
so 535 and a Apopka, Vineland. There's an ale house there, and there's one literally on the other side of Animal Kingdom on 192, which is Earl Bronson. So just 192. Just remember that. And there's a great Miller's Ale House. It's very new. It's got a huge deck out back. It's so good. Great wings. Great salads, great burgers, great meals, great beer selection, great bar, TVs everywhere. But it's not like dingy. It's very nice. It's just a really great experience. So Miller's Ale House, Orlando Ale House, great food for the price, and it's very close to Disney. Can't get there on a taxi ride or an Uber drive.
Yeah, very good. Very good place. Next on my list, number trio, is the Tommy Bahama Tropical Cafe. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself. Anthony, Tony, I cannot eat at a Tommy Bahama store. You're wrong, because this is not a store. It's a restaurant. And it's at Point Orlando, right on I-Drive, which is not that far from Disney World.
No, not at all.
Very quick ride. They have, I would call this almost like a Jimmy Buffett kind of place. It's very kind of Caribbean, tropical foods. The thing that I like the best on this menu is the coconut shrimp. You can't beat coconut shrimp in a nice little mango saucy thing that you dip your shrimp in. Really good. They have a lot of fresh fish here at Tommy Bahamas. There's really a lot of interesting things there. If you like Caribbean type food, think like Bahama Breeze. Think like what's his name? I just mentioned
Margaritaville.
And I also believe right in front of this restaurant there's a valet, and you can valet, and they will validate at Tommy Bahamas, so you get your valet for free. So.
Yeah, that whole area at Point Orlando has so many great
a lot
places.
Of places.
They got the Funky Monkey Wine Bar.
Right.
That's just outstanding. Got great food. There's a pizza place there that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There's
an IMAX theater.
Yeah, there's an IMAX theater there. There's so many great places just at Point Orlando. Yeah. And if you're in that I-Drive area, not necessarily where all the touristy stuff is. This is really like right on the touching tip of the end of the convention center.
Right.
There's so many great restaurants there. One of the ones on my list is actually, they have a location there as well. But I'm going to go to, if you've ever been to Walt Disney World and you've driven off property on the side of Disney Springs, like you're going to I-4, you've probably seen the Crossroads area. And the Crossroads area has my next two favorite places to eat, and I'll talk about the first one, which is more of a lunch place. It's called Tom and Cheese, which is basically short for tomato and cheese. They are known for grilled cheese sandwiches, great soups, and their grilled cheese sandwich, their sandwich selection is off the chain. It's got some really good food. It's not super expensive. It's great for lunch, maybe a lighter dinner if you're looking to go off property. If you're staying on Hotel Row, it's really not that far of a walk. It's easily to cross over the street to get to it. It's in a little shopping center. There's a little 24-hour grocery store there. That whole strip has like a Fuddruckers and a
Red Lobster.
BW3s and well, just in the Strip, the BW3 it has a Noodle House. It has a Firehouse Subs, which is one of my favorite places. It's got a lot of really cool places right there on that road that you can go to. So Tom and Cheese is one that you should definitely try. It's not something that I've seen a lot of places. So that would be my number three. My number three.
Yeah.
My number three.
Number three. Yep.
Number
Hey,
three.
don't forget
Tom
to
and
get,
Cheese.
get the dipping sauce, the dipping tomato.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a Pokemon stop.
Ooh, look
So
at
if you're
that.
playing Pokemon Go, it's a Pokemon stop.
All right. Number 2 on my list is Rocco Taco. And this is also over in the Dr. Phillips area. Actually, not that far from Anthony's Pizza. So if the kids want pizza and you want a taco,
Kill two birds with one stone.
go get the kids a little pizza and then run over to Rocco Taco. Rocco Taco is really, I'm going to say high-end Mexican or upper scale of Mexican food. This is not your Chipotle. This is not your Taco Bell. This is a huge sit-down restaurant. They got enchiladas and chimichangas and tacos of any kind and sort. And they got the best thing is the table side of guacamole. That is the bomb.
Word.
I could eat that all day long. Just bring that and a taco, and I could do that all day long.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, buddy.
The pricing is not really that bad. They have free valet at Rocco's Tacos, so enjoy that. Me, Mr. Valet, I like to go to places I can.
That's right. Tony does like to walk. When we get those hover chairs like we have in Wally, Tony's going to be the first one. It's
just
probably
abandon the vehicle and walk into the restaurant. That's my kind of. Come out drunk and get me my damn car, buddy.
God help us all.
Yeah, but no, Rocco Taco is a really good place. We've eaten there a few times, and I often wonder why they're not on, the Magical Dining.
I don't know. The view out back is pretty amazing. You look out over this little lake out there. It's a great place. I thought they were a little high for Mexican food, but I'll address that here in my
but you get a pretty good portion size, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, but it's definitely great. The margaritas there are incredible, by the way. If you haven't picked up on the theme, apparently I'm the alcoholic of the show. But the food there is great. But the guacamole table side is anytime you go to a restaurant and get guacamole made at your table, it's probably a pretty darn good day.
Yeah, and they'll customize it too. They'll tell you everything they're putting into it, and you can ask them for a little bit more, a little bit less, based on your taste and your the way you want it. So
right.
Yep, that was number 2, Rocco Taco.
My number 2 is again in that Crossroads area, and it's right on the corner. So, like, if you were to walk off of Disney property, cross the highway, and go into the Crossroads area, you have 2 options. You can either go to McDonald's, which I don't highly recommend going to that specific McDonald's, because it sucks, brother. It's the worst McDonald's in Orlando.
And also, it's $1 more than every other McDonald's in the area.
Except for the one on property. The one on Disney property is the worst.
Yeah, that's probably $2 more.
Yeah. Or the other option is to go to what's called Uno Pizzeria and Grill. Now, think upscale pizzeria kind of place, so it's not going to be like it's very nice. The serving staff is in all black, and I really love that look. In this dark woods, and it's very comfortable. They have great pizzas. They have great salads. They have great dining options. It's not that expensive. It's just really, really good. The portion size is really pretty healthy. I have friends, they go there, they split a meal, and they have plenty. They have great sandwiches, and it's, everything you would expect from a great pizzeria, everything you would expect from a place that's got a great grill menu. So definitely go check out Uno Pizzeria. Now, it is a chain. There is one on in iDrive across sort of from Point Orlando.
Yeah.
I've been there as well. It's pretty good.
Right. I would have thought you would have said Chevy's. Oh,
God, Chevy's is the worst.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Chevy's is horrible. Yeah, Chevy's is horrible. And I want to say that they do Chicago.
Yeah, I think they do Chicago style. I do know.
Yeah, we've never ordered it, but I'm pretty sure they have Chicago deep dish.
It's a very deep dish.
Very, very deep.
Very deep dish. Yeah. And don't order more than you really think you can eat because it's thick. It's thick pizza.
It's thick.
Yeah. It's thick. It's thick pizza, you know. It's like the opposite of Anthony's. The thick pizza and the thin pizza. You know, you can't have both.
I even know you're saying the word thick, and I think it's hilarious.
All right. Number 1 on my list, and I don't even know if this really is off property. Let's just say it's not at a Disney resort.
It's not off property. I love you. This one is not off property, but I'm going to give it to you because I love it.
It's not really off property. It's more like it's not at a Disney resort. Yeah, you may have to get in your car, or you're going to have to take an Uber or a taxi to get to it if you're staying at a Disney resort.
Unless you're staying at Fort Wilderness, you might be able to walk over.
Yeah, true.
Or you live in Golden Oak.
Yeah. Oh, you live in Golden Oak. My number 1 place is the Four Seasons. Now, there's a couple different places you can eat there. Let's start with at the golf place, Tranquillo Golf Course, which is the restaurant there is called Plancha, Plancha. Also, a great place to get guacamole.
Si me gusta guacamole.
Empanadas. And a chorizo burger.
Tell me no like a chorizo.
No? You don't like it?
I like it. It's too much for me.
All right. Next place at the Four Seasons is Ravello's, which is a contemporary Italian restaurant. Now, we're going there.
Yes.
Magical dining because we have to. It's obligatory.
We have to. have to.
Listen, for $33, we're not going to be able to. If we were to go there on a given night, we wouldn't get away with $33 for what we're going to get. So this is a steal for magical dining, but I highly suggest that you go to Ravello's. Now, if you really want to up your game, go all the way up to the 16th floor and go to Kappa. Now, this is not cheap, Kappa, but they have some breathtaking views up there. You can see all of the fireworks shows from this one place. You can see Epcot, you can see the studios, you can see Wishes, all from the Kappa restaurant. Now, Kappa is a Brazilian steakhouse. They also have Wagyu beef on top of that too. So if you're looking for, really nice, dinner, Kappa is really the place to go. They have some really fascinating cocktails up there that they do with the botanicals and oils and essence and things like that. So it's really a fantastic place. I really can't tell you enough good things about the Four Seasons. Me and John have been there numerous times. And if it's during the day and you want to go for lunch, then go outside to what they call PB&G, which is the pool bar and grill. It's all fresco dining. There's no air conditioning. It's outside. It's right by the pool. So we tend to go usually during the winter months when we're not sweating our, kahunas off. Yeah. So they will also be offering a dinner at Pool Bar and Grill. Again, I think coming up soon for the winter months. So if you're a local, it's a nice way to go check out PB&J at night too. So that's my number 1, John.
That's not number 1. You had like 4 places.
Well, it's all in one compound.
You damn bloggers. Jeez.
It's one complex.
Whatever. You podcasters are all the same. My number 1 place, because we mentioned Mexican earlier.
Yeah.
And there are some Mexican restaurants, like you mentioned Chevy's, which looks like Chevy, Chevy. Please stay far away from there because they've had some issues. My place is called Chewy's, which could be confusing. It's Chewy.
Why do you think they named them Chevys and Chewy's? To confuse everybody?
They're 2 different franchises, unfortunately. Chewy's is literally off of Disney property, and by I mean off of Disney property, the back of their parking lot butts up against the fence, and you can see Kidani Village, like it's right there. Chuy's is Tex-Mex. Everything's got a little bit more of a kick there, but their menu prices are really, really good. The service there is incredible. The decor is phenomenal, and every Chuy's is decked out a little bit differently. And they have fish. They have wooden fish. They have a school of wooden fish in their bar area, hanging from the ceiling, and one of them is a Mickey. So you have to go find the Mickey fish. But one room is like hubcaps. The entire ceiling is nothing but hubcaps. One room is like those weird, awkward, Mexican style, like, avant-garde paintings of people. It's really awkward, like dogs playing, poker kind of thing. It's really awkward. And then another one is like the family room, where it's like pictures of people. You have no idea who they are, from like the 17 and 1800s. It sounds crazy, but it really works.
Right.
They have handmade tortillas. Every tortilla, flour, corn, no matter what, is handmade. Their chips are incredible. They have their sauces, great. Their food, they have a burrito as big as your head, literally. They have a meal called it's a tribute to Elvis Presley. I don't even know. I've not had it, but it sounds amazing. They have everything from shrimp tacos to beef and steak and chicken and all the typical stuff. But it's just a great place. Now, it's located, like, again, right on the other side of property. It's a very, very, very short ride if you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, or a very short ride if you're staying at any place on property. It's located on 192, which is Earl Bronson Highway. They also have one on iDrive. So if you're staying off property, like staying over in the iDrive area, they have one over there as well. So go check out Chuy's. It's my number one place to go. And if you do, go tell them that John and Sarah said to go see Mimi. Mimi is over there, and she's amazing. It's just a great place. They have really cool T-shirts too. Like they have like
all these different sayings on them.
Yeah, they've got like a Chuy's that's like Batman and Star Wars knockoffs, and it's really great. Sarah's got a couple of them. It's just a great place. If you're looking for like that Mexican kick and you don't want to go over to Coronado Springs and pay Coronado Springs prices for it, this is a great alternative. And if you're really not into that, there's Eat at Joe's. Joe's Crab Shack is right there. And if you're not into that, you can go over to the freaking Pollo Campero, Pollo Chicken.
Yeah.
Whatever, if you're into that.
I've never eaten at one of those, Polo Tropical.
Polo Tropical, that's it.
Yeah. Never eaten there. I don't know what's in there.
I will say, if you're in that area and none of that is working for you, there's a Shula Burger.
Yes, I was going to say.
Yeah, right in front of the Target there's a Shula Burger.
Go to Shula Burger.
It is very similar to Papa John's. Very similar to a Five Guys.
Yeah.
But not as good as Five Guys, because very little is as good as Five Guys, but it's pretty darn close. So that's my number one. Is Chuy's on 192.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to listen. There's a lot of chain places in Orlando to eat. A lot of them are great. My father was in the restaurant business, and he always used to say, if you're gonna have a restaurant, you have to have it in Orlando, because that's like the testing bed of the world. If you can't survive here, you can't survive anywhere. Because especially on iDrive, iDrive is just littered with every chain restaurant imaginable to man.
Literally.
Yeah. So, there was one time that we came down on vacation. He literally pulled over to the side of the road on iDrive, gave each of us $5, and said, "All right, go out and get something and bring it back to the car." So those 4 kids scattered. Some of us went to McDonald's, went to Burger King, went to Kentucky Fried, whatever, came back to the car, and then we, had a dinner in our hotel room. So those are the kind of memories and things that I have. But, try and hit the local places, because I think that's where you'll find a lot of the interesting thing. Rocco Taco is a chain, but it's a small chain. Tommy Bahama is a small chain too. Coal Fired Pizza, there's obviously more of those, and Celebration Town Tavern is a pretty small place too.
Right.
I think there's only like 2 or 3 of them. I think at best. I think it's 1 here and 2 up north. So, and obviously the Four Seasons, you're not going to find those experiences. Those are specific to Orlando. So, all right. Anything else, John? We want to talk about food wise?
No, there's so many great places, and that's not even counting all the restaurants on Restaurant Row.
Yeah,
or even going over to Universal and going to their City Walk and their resort restaurants. There's so many great places. Like you said, man, just if you're coming down, if you don't rent a car, you can Uber, you can grab a taxi. It'd be expensive, but until they declare Uber is not welcome on property, I'd use it while you can. Yeah. So come on down and try some food off property if you want to.
Yeah, and definitely. All right, that's it. If you'd like to email us at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. Tell us what places you go to when you come down here on vacation. We'd be interested. You check us out on Facebook too. You can do Facebook.com/DisneyParksPodcast. Let us know over there. What your favorite places are when you come down here. Maybe you go off property someplace and you have this little hideaway that you go to that you're not telling anybody. And they have really great Italian food. Maybe you want to let us in on the secret. So that's it. And as we say around here, we'll see you in the parks.
All right, partner.
All right.
All right.
So, you want to run down this list real quick?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and sign off, and then we'll do that off. We don't need to record that. So, Vince, thanks a lot, buddy. Thank you for the compliments.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's hungry. I'm hungry too. And whoever the second person is watching, thanks for watching, my friend. I don't know who you are, but you're awesome.
Well, we'll find you.
All right. So we're gonna sign off for now. So we'll see you guys.